Hey y'all, it's me, Shea Butter Love, popping in on this beautiful, beautiful day. I am out here, outside, getting my air, getting my meditation in. And as I was finishing up, I was like, you know what, I think it's time for me to drop another video. So in this particular video, I want to talk about how to avoid being your biggest enemy and getting in your own way. Okay? And if you are new to my page, I want to say welcome. If you have been here before and you're back, I want to say thank you for coming back. And if you feel like the video is for somebody you know, please feel free to share it. You can send it to them. You can post it on your social media, etc. So let's get straight into the video. I think that with the rise of social media, the last, I guess we can say really like specifically 10 years especially, it's been like super, we could really say 15 years. I think that it is easy for us to get super consumed with everybody's reality, what everybody feels about everything, everybody's opinion on everything. And a lot of times we give that a lot more credit than it deserves. We give it a lot more recognition, a lot more attention than we should. And by doing that, sometimes we get in our own way for what it is that we're doing. And then you become a part of this whole hypothetical community, or he say, she say, or this group of people that thrives on that give and take energy between various groups, whether it be politics, whether it be genders, whether it be single people versus married people, whether it be old people versus young people, whether it be one generation toward another generation, because I see that a lot too, or rich and poor, you know. So I want to just discuss ways in which you can avoid being entrapped and caught up by those type of circumstances, because they really are a detriment to your growth, and they really are a detriment to your own self-growth. Not only, I think I said that twice, but you know, my videos are unedited if you're new here, but it's a detriment to your elevation within in general, whether it's growth, whether it's finding a deeper understanding to how you love yourself, how you know yourself, and stuff of that nature, right? Also, if you guys like my head wrap, I do sell head wraps on my website. You can find me at www.sheabutterlove.com, in which I have a plethora of items that you can find there. And so one of the things I want to say, like as a general, and it's going to be very, I know it's cliche, and you may have heard it, you know, numerous times in your life, and you may have even implemented it, but it's still very difficult to really, really harness in on it. And I want to be honest with you. You really cannot care too much about what people feel you're doing or what their opinion is, and if it's in alignment with yours. You can't give that much of your energy mentally and emotionally to anything. This is not just a social media thing. Social media sheds a deeper light on it because we're constantly in an exchange of communication, which I believe is extremely overstimulating, and it's a little bit too much. It's a lot too much. And a lot of us are on social media, whether it's due to personal business or both, or whether, you know, just leisure time or whatever. But you have to look at it this way. Whoever is on the other side of the screen of the phone typing whatever they're typing toward you, if it is not going to affect you within the next day, week, year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you get my drift. If it's not directly affecting you and your ability to take care of your children, pay your bills, take care of yourself, if you're not getting paid, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature, you have to really remove your emotional attachment to people agreeing with you, liking you, and essentially being on the same page as you. Because even people you think that are on the same page with you as things, they aren't. And a lot of times they just don't say anything because of whatever position you hold in their life or relationship you hold, and they want to hold on to that. So in order to keep the peace, a lot of times people keep their feelings about certain things to themselves. If people that care for you do that, and you do it for people you care for, why wouldn't you especially do that to strangers? You know what I mean? And people who don't care for you. Because sometimes it's not even a stranger that you're having this exchange with, in which you're wasting your time and wasting your energy. You can put your energy towards something else. Sometimes you could be having this energy between people you care for. It could be your children, your parents, your co-workers, your neighbors. It can be people that you are closely aligned with. In order to refrain from being so entangled in what somebody is saying to you and if you agree or not, and constantly having to battle that, sometimes you have to really, really just not care. And that's really what it is. Another thing is that a lot of people, I've learned, rely a lot and rely extremely, extremely deeply on outside validation, whether it is good or bad feedback. A lot of people, they really, 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 they operate and they move in accordance to if people like it, agree, or how they feel about it, and the feedback that they're going to get from these people. That is also a big mistake that people make. And I believe that you are indirectly becoming your biggest enemy when you care so much about what the outside feedback is. When you need that round of applause too much. When you need that pat on the back too much. You have to do whatever it is you do. And regardless to the numbers, the feedback, you have to create some level of detachment from that. And it's not something that can happen overnight, especially if you struggle with this. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because I don't struggle with this per se, right? But I deeply understand it, and there are times in which I have had to check myself, literally. Like, why are you paying this any mind? Why are you giving this any attention? Why are you even focused on that? Because at the end of the day, it's not feeding me. It's not financing me. It's not helping me raise these children. So whether or not somebody agrees with anything I have to say, whether it's face to face or on social media, why would I give my energy away to somebody who don't know me or who doesn't do any of those things for me? Why would I give my energy away when I could be using that to do something better for myself? Like sunbathing or meditating or grounding or working out or resting or spending time with people that care for me, that do matter in my life. So if you want to get out of the mentality of being your biggest enemy or being in opposition to yourself, you have to truly, truly, truly value and love yourself, and you have to truly value and love your time. Because we can get a lot of different things back in this world. We cannot get time back. You have to look at time and be like, is this worth the time that it's going to take for me to extend any energy to this? Sometimes you will be met with resistance, and somebody will know directly that you are bettering yourself and you're on a journey to doing whatever it is you need to do for you. And you will be challenged, because that's life, because we're humans. You'll be challenged and people will call your bluff. And you may get taken out of character, but it's up to you to not allow that to keep happening. And it's also up to you to know when you're too good for certain things. You have to get in the mind state of elevation and understanding, like, oh, this is definitely beneath me. The energy of being in opposition to yourself should be beneath you, because you should be your biggest cheerleader, your biggest lover, your biggest everything. And I know that from a perspective of a woman of color, myself, that is not ingrained in our minds. We are taught to be more so humble and, accept this and And I'm here to call and say that's bullshit. Literally. You don't have to limit yourself to mediocre energy and mediocre dialogue and, energies that are beneath you, essentially, because they're bringing you down. People that, choose to try to even challenge you in those ways, they are already in a position of being beneath you, obviously, if they're trying to bring your energy down. That's how you have to look at it. They're going through something within their own self that is beneath you. You have to be that much so in a mind state of elevation and evolution. Right? So, some of the ways that you can refrain from becoming becoming a person that is an opposition of self and being your biggest enemy is by implementing a lot of positivity into your daily, movements. When it comes to you, creating a space in your, wherever you spend most of your time, whether it's in your car, on the road, or your home, or boat, or your workspace, creating an environment that shows that you have a high regard for self. If people see that you have a raggedy regard for self, they're going to treat you as such, and they're going to expect for you to do things. If you are a person that has been known for this, you can change at any time. That was my next thing I was going to speak about. Don't feel like you cannot change who you are. That's another thing that a lot of people do that is directly in opposition of self. That is a deep resistance that a lot of people have between the old version of them and the new version of them, is that whole being afraid to let go certain things that you hold on to. People may know you for being a certain way. You don't have to be that way. You don't have to do that anymore if it's no longer to the benefit of who you are becoming. And also, one of the ways that you can get out of your own way from being, your own biggest opposition and getting in your own way and everything is by just taking better care of yourself overall. Allowing yourself to dream bigger, want bigger, and do bigger within your life. Each year that passes, there should be something that is negative leaving your life and something positive coming in. For me, that is going to be regular thing all the time, year after year. Some people call them New Year's resolutions. I say whatever, goals, whatever you want to call them. It don't matter what the verbiage is. You should be swapping out the old for the new. And when people see you, they will feel that and they will know that. So I want to keep this video short today. If you enjoyed the message, please drop a comment. Please share the video. I am in the process of hopefully growing the page more. I'm thankful for the subscribers that I do have. It fluctuates between about like 87 and 89 as of lately. I got a couple of people, I guess, that are watching and getting off and coming back on for whatever reason. I hope it, whatever you feel like you got to keep doing that for. Enjoy the video. Enjoy the video. Like you see me enjoying my life and being wonderful. You should enjoy the video. Pass it along. And take notes on the messages. Watch all the past messages. The way that a person speaks, the way that they carry themselves, the things that they have going on is a reflection of what's going on internally. So I hope y'all enjoyed the message. Just remember, we should be our biggest cheerleader. We should never be our biggest opposition. We should never be our own enemy. And we deserve more. Don't we? Peace.